kindergarten. Even though we can't be together for class yet, I'm so glad you're joining me for our Bible story. And we have a fun story this week because in it Jesus had 2 surprises for his disciples. And I think they must have loved surprises just like you and I do. It was nighttime and the sun had just set and the stars were starting to come out in the night sky. Jesus and his disciples were once again near the Sea of Galilee. And Peter said to the other disciples, "Let's go fishing tonight." And the other disciples said, "Yeah, that sounds like a good idea." So they all got into their boat. And they set out to sea. When they had rowed far enough from shore, the disciples started fishing. They fished with nets. Everybody helped because the nets were really heavy. So they'd throw their net over the side of the boat. And once the net was in the water, they had to wait for the fish to swim in. So they may have talked about the good times they had with Jesus. And every once in a while, they'd check on the nets. So they'd check and see if there were any fish. But no fish were in the nets. So they'd keep talking and waiting. And then they'd check again. But still there was no fish in the nets. And they'd talk some more and wait some more and then check on the nets. And still there was no fish in the nets. A little light began to show in the sky, and they had soon worked all night long fishing, and they were getting tired. The sun started to come up. The stars and moon went away. It was time to head back to shore. So the disciples pulled the empty nets back into the boat, and the wet nets were even more heavy. Just before they started to row back to the shore, someone appeared on the shore and shouted to them, "Did you catch any fish?" "No," they answered. Then the man said, "Throw the nets into the water again on the right side of the boat." The disciples were so tired, and they hadn't caught anything all night long. However, they decided to do as the man suggested and try one more time. So they threw their net back into the water. And oh, surprise! Their net filled up with lots and lots of fish. It was so heavy, all the fish swam right into that net. Suddenly, John looked up at the man again and he recognized who it was. He said, "Look, it's Jesus." Peter was so happy that he jumped into the water and hurried to the shore. He wanted to be near Jesus. The other disciples had to pull in that heavy net all full of fish. After getting all the fish into the boat, they rowed to shore. The disciples were so happy to Jesus, and Jesus had another surprise for them. He had a nice warm breakfast cooked and ready for them. He knew that they would have been tired and hungry after having been out fishing all night. So he made them breakfast. The disciples and Jesus had a wonderful picnic breakfast there on the shore together. Jesus did a big thing when he filled the disciples' net with fish, and he did a little thing when he made breakfast for them. It doesn't matter if you help in a big way or in a little way. Jesus wants you to watch for ways that you can help others. When you serve others, you are being like Jesus. And that's what our memory verse is about this week. It's found in John chapter 13, verse 15, and it says, "Jesus said, 'You should do as I have done for you.'" Have a happy Sabbath.